Everybody knows Michael Jordan and Tim Tebow had forays in minor league baseball, but let's look at 10 more obscure players who played in minor league baseball and then went on to have flourishing careers in either the NFL or the NBA.
Let's start this list off with Jordan Akins. Jordan Akins committed to play football at UCF out of high school, but was shortly thereafter drafted by the Texas Rangers in the third round of the 2010 MLB draft as an outfielder. He went on to play 3 years with the Texas Rangers organization, with his best year coming in 2011, his second season of rookie ball, the only year where he had an OPS over 700. In 2013, he voluntarily retired from baseball and returned to UCF to honor his commitment to the football team. He played 4 years in Orlando for the Golden Knights, racking up over 1,000 career receiving yards and 8 total touchdowns. He was even named first team All-ACC his senior season. In 2018, he declared for the NFL draft and was selected by the Houston Texans in the third round. He spent 4 years in Houston, where he was a serviceable tight end and the main tight end target during the majority of his time there. However, his success was somewhat limited, as he was never able to eclipse more than 500 yards in a season. And in 2022, he left in free agency to become a New York Giant, but he didn't make it through training camp, as he was cut and rejoined the Texans practice squad later in 2022. He had maybe his best year in that last year with Houston, however, though, getting 5 total touchdowns. That earned him a 2-year contract with the Cleveland Browns, where he served as the backup tight end for David Njoku. Akins is currently 32 years old and now a free agent in the NFL. A return to baseball does not seem likely. Next up, we got Shaq Thompson. Thompson was a 3-sport high school athlete, a football standout, a track star, but he only played 2 years of varsity baseball, his sophomore and senior years. Despite that, he was drafted in the 18th round of the 2012 MLB draft by the Boston Red Sox as an outfielder. His athleticism had scouts excited for his potential, but that potential seemed to be quite a far ways away, as in that summer, he played his first and only season of rookie ball, where he went 0 for 39 with 8 walks. Shaq seemed to see the writing on the wall there, pulling the plug on his early MLB career, and went back to football. He suited up for the University of Washington, where over his 3 years he played safety, slot corner, linebacker, and running back. Shaq went on to win the Paul Hornung Award in his third and final year in the NCAA. This is the award for the nation's most versatile player. And he was also named an All-American. After college, Thompson was the first-round draft pick of the Carolina Panthers in the 2015 NFL Draft, and he's had a very respectable 9-year career with Carolina as a starting linebacker. However, his last 2 seasons were cut short with injuries, and he's currently 30 years old and a free agent, recovering from an Achilles injury. Here's to hoping that he recovers fully from that injury and continues his unique career. You probably know Muggsy Bogues as the shortest player in NBA history. He had a very solid 14-year career in the league and is an all-time fan favorite player around the world. He even went on to be a coach in the WNBA for the Charlotte Sting. But did you know that he had a very short-lived MiLB career for the Single-A affiliate of the Texas Rangers in 1991? Well, he only suited up for 1 game, and it was part of a publicity stunt to get more fans interested in the Gastonia Rangers. But he is officially in the minor league baseball record books. He was an official member of the team in 1991, but his career, like him, was pretty short. His 1 game on the team was called early due to rain, and he did strike out in his only at-bat, but he was flawless in the field at second base. He went on to say that he didn't want to call himself a baseball player, but he did say his Charlotte Hornets teammate, Dell Curry, was definitely more of a baseball player. Dell Curry put together a very nice NBA career spanning 16 years for 5 different franchises. He was one of the best shooters of his day and even picked up a 6th Man of the Year award during his career. But he is perhaps best known as the father of NBA superstars Seth and Steph Curry. However, Dell was once a promising young pitcher and was drafted twice, once by the Rangers in the 37th round out of high school, and then again 3 years after out of Virginia Tech by the Orioles in the 14th round. Despite being drafted twice into the MLB, Curry elected to go the basketball route after being drafted 15th overall by the Utah Jazz in 1986. However, due to the same circumstances as Muggsy Bogues, Curry got the call to the diamond for one night only in 1991. He started on the bump that night, pitching all 3 innings before the rain delay, striking out 4 and giving up 1 run. This was the end to his pro baseball career. Up 5th, we got Brandon Weeden. Brandon Weeden received all-state honors in both baseball and football in high school. Upon graduation, he was selected in the 2nd round of the 2002 MLB draft by the New York Yankees as a pitcher. He played 2 years in the Yankees organization before he was involved in a trade with the Dodgers for Kevin Brown. He spent 2 years in LA's organization before Kansas City selected him in the minor league portion of the Rule 5 draft. After just 1 lackluster year in High A with the Royals, he retired from baseball. And after baseball, he enrolled at Oklahoma State at the age of 24 and joined the football team. He redshirted his first year at OSU and started his college football career at the age of 25. Weeden had a breakout senior season at Oklahoma State and suddenly became an NFL prospect. In 2012, the Browns took a chance on the 28-year-old rookie, taking him in the 1st round. He was the oldest ever player to be selected in the 1st round. And he was absolutely dreadful in Cleveland. He was benched in his 2nd NFL season and bounced around the league to the Cowboys, Texans, and Titans as a backup and 3rd-string quarterback before falling out of the league in 2018. And that was the end to his technically 16-year pro sports career. Dave DeBusschere is likely the most talented player on the list so far. The Basketball Hall of Famer played both baseball and basketball at the University of Detroit. Out of college in 1962, he signed as an amateur free agent with the Chicago White Sox, where he started at single A ball, had a pretty decent year pitching to a 10-1 record with a 2.49 ERA, and got the call all the way up to the big leagues in his first year of professional baseball. Simultaneously, he was drafted to the Detroit Pistons and made the NBA All-Rookie team in the 1962-63 season. He played his first full year in the MLB in 1963, where he was an above-average pitcher, posting an ERA plus of 113. But his baseball career took a step back in 1964 and 65, where he played both years at AAA Indianapolis, after which he stepped away from the game of baseball to focus on basketball. And that proved to be a good decision, as he immediately made 3 straight All-Star games with the Pistons. He did not make the All-Star game in the 68-69 season and was traded to the New York Knicks. But that next season, he started another streak of All-Star appearances, this time 5 straight, to round out a stellar NBA career. He was even honored with a posthumous inclusion in the NBA 75th anniversary team. Kevin Johnson was once a shortstop and point guard at the University of Cal Berkeley. He was drafted to the Oakland Athletics in the 23rd round of the 1986 draft. He played just 2 games for single-A Modesto, going 0 for 2 with 2 Ks before hanging up the baseball cleats entirely. And with his minor league baseball career being done in a blink of an eye, he turned to basketball for the next steps of his career. He went on to be drafted to the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 1987 draft and was eventually traded to Phoenix in the Larry Nance trade in 1988. Johnson went on to play 11 more seasons with the Suns, making 3 All-Star teams and 5 All-NBA teams, while picking up a Most Improved Player trophy along the way. In retirement, Johnson went on to become the mayor of Sacramento from 2008 to 2016. Unfortunately, Johnson's retired life is not free from controversy. I'm not going to dive into all the allegations here, but you could look them up if you would like. Pat Connaughton was drafted by the San Diego Padres in the 38th round of the 2011 MLB draft out of high school. However, he did not sign with the Padres. He instead elected to go to Notre Dame University, where he played both baseball and basketball and reached some degree of national fame during the 2015 March Madness tournament. After college, Pat was once again drafted into the MLB, this time by Baltimore, who selected him in the 4th round of the 2014 draft. This time, Connaughton signed with the Orioles and went on to pitch in 6 games at Low A Aberdeen during the 2014 season. He posted a decent 2.45 ERA during his short season. But in the 2015 NBA draft, Pat was selected by the Brooklyn Nets in the 2nd round. However, he was traded on draft night along with Mason Plumlee to the Portland Trail Blazers in exchange for Steve Blake and the draft rights to Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Pat went on to sign with the Portland Trail Blazers, and his NBA contract forbid him to play professional baseball during its duration. So for at least now, Pat's baseball career was on hold. However, it seemed like Connaughton made the right decision signing in the NBA, as he went on to play 3 years for the Trailblazers before signing with Milwaukee in 2018. For the Bucks, Connaughton solidified himself as a legit NBA role player, competing in a dunk contest, winning a championship in 2021, and winning the in-season tournament in 2024. He is still currently with the Milwaukee Bucks, and his basketball career doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon, but out of everyone on this list, he probably has the highest chance of ever returning to professional baseball. Ricky Williams is one of the greatest running backs in NCAA history. At Texas, Ricky was a two-time All-American, won the 1988 Heisman Trophy, and set the Division I career records for rushing and all-purpose yards during his 4-year college career. And he did all of this while playing pro baseball in the Philadelphia Phillies organization. Williams' baseball career was not quite as spectacular as his football career. During his 4 summers at college, he played 1 year of rookie ball, 2 years at high A, and then went back down to low A for the final year of his professional baseball career. He never really stood out on the baseball field during this time, so that made his career choice a little easier, and he entered the NFL draft after college. In the 1999 NFL draft, he was selected 5th overall by the New Orleans Saints, and boy, did they give up a lot to get him. They gave up all of their picks in the 1999 draft, plus their first and third round pick in the 2000 draft. And while Ricky was all right in New Orleans, he never really lived up to that trade, and after 3 years, he was shipped out to Miami in exchange for 2 Dolphins first-round picks and a 4th-round pick swap in 2004. Williams did show out in Miami, leading the league in rushing in 2002 and becoming an All-Pro. However, in 2004, he retired due to a suspension for marijuana, went and played in the Canadian Football League before eventually returning to the NFL and the Miami Dolphins in 2007, before finally finishing up his career for the Baltimore Ravens and retiring for a second time in 2011. And to round out this list, we have Nat Clifton. Nat Sweetwater Clifton came up as a professional athlete while sports were still heavily segregated in the United States. Nat attended Xavier College of Louisiana, and after college went on to serve in the U.S. Army during World War II. After the war, Nat started playing with the New York Wrens, an all-black pro basketball team, as well as playing with the Harlem Globetrotters and in the Negro Leagues for baseball as a first baseman. After his time in the Negro Leagues, Clifton signed with the Cleveland Indians organization and played minor league baseball from 1949 to 1950. And in minor league baseball, he dominated. In 217 career games, he posted an OPS of 870. Unfortunately, Clifton never got a chance to show what he could do in Major League Baseball. In 1950, however, he did become the first black player to sign an NBA contract and became a New York Knick. Went on to play 8 years in the NBA, was a one-time All-Star, and became a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame as a contributor in 2014. Nat Clifton was undoubtedly a great athlete, but his position as a trailblazer makes him a legend in American history.
Wow, that was a pretty good list. Whoever made this video is probably very cool, smart, and intelligent. If you like this video, give it a like, and let me know who your favorite two-sport athlete is in the comments. Thanks for watching.